to the break hold for Dixon. Launches him in the air.
That's it. He's got the break blow. It's high counter. Oh, he did not finish it.
He was in the stance. He couldn't do it.
Oh, you're right.
So this could be bad for him, but we'll see what happens. He tries to use it. He whiffs it completely.
Oh,
he tries to go for the throw.
He didn't break the throw.
And he could have broken the throw. So your winner ball 3D champion is going to be Jager. Rakudo taking second place, still adapting very well with his Atomi though.
I mean, most of these people, I know Rakudo for a fact.
Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Jager. For those who don't know me, I'm a rig main tournament player based out of New Jersey. I've been playing rig since 2012 when he originally released with Dead or Alive 5. And lately I've been getting a lot of questions ever since 6 dropped. So today I'm happy to bring you a guide with Okazeme all the way to setups. So when it comes to Rig's strengths, Rig is a rushdown character that excels at close range. The main focus of Rig is to utilize his wide arsenal of strings and frame advantage to crack the armor of the opponent's defense. Blessed with a plethora of guard breaks, Rig's ability to pressure opponents and force opponents' mistakes is unmatched. Perhaps Rig's most overlooked skill is his unique ability to utilize feints. Once Rig conditions his opponent to block and play defensive, this not only forces them to play his game, but opens up his reset throw from bending stance that leaves you plus and loops the same situation in your favor. In addition, Rig also has excellent set play, unholdables, and Okazeme pressure game. And for those not familiar, Okazeme is basically the situation after you knock them down and ability to pressure opponents on the ground in your favor. So in regard to Rig's weaknesses, a few shining flaws that really stand out in his kit are most of his frame advantage moves and guard breaks are highs, which leave him susceptible to being high crushed and having the momentum shift in the opponent's favor, especially against a knowledgeable opponent who has good reactions. In addition, when you try and feint pressure too much, you can kind of get called out by the opponent who basically calls you bluff, you know, swinging the match in their favor once again. And his high crush game, especially 1P, kind of got nerfed since Dead or Alive 5, so no deep stun off 1P to continue a stun game. And he also has limited defensive options when compared to characters like Lei Fang, who has parries, sabakis, the works, so that leads him to rely heavily on Fuzzy Guard as a defensive option. And in general, he has a high learning curve due to feints and string cancels and string manipulation when coupled with Fuzzy Guarding, so those are his weaknesses. Alright guys, so in this next segment we're going to be breaking down Rig's top 5 moves to use in neutral, and for those unaware, neutral has been and continues to be defined as space created between you and your opponent, trying this almost cat and mouse game of outspacing them with punishing their moves on whiff when they completely hit air. So coming in at number 5 we have 6 XP, a solid advancing mid punch move that is safe on block at -5, grants small frame advantage on hit, and on counter hit grants a knockdown to set up your offense. And coming in at number 4 guys, we have 4 PP, a excellent tracking, advancing mid-punch move, safe on block, small frame advantage, normal hit, knockdown on counter hit, like 6 XP. But the main thing about this move is it grabs a hefty stun and counter hit on the first hit, and it will also track your opponent and blow up their sidestep attack. Coming in at number 3 we have H plus K, which can also be used in bending. This move has multiple follow-ups, 3 to be exact, that each grant different properties. One is a sweep that grants knockdown and or stun. The other is 6K follow-up that grants a grand bounce for a B&B combo, and the other one is a high, which is actually +8 on guard. And at number 2 guys, we have 8P. This move has deceptive range on normal hit and counter hit, is +40 on any hit, and due to the slight pushback property on the move, it cannot be punished. And coming in at number 1 for Rig's best move to use in neutral, we have Bending Stance 6 H plus K. This move is amazing. It is advancing high mid. It's only -1 on block, so you can actually more or less continue with Bending Stance K to start your pressure, mix up game, all your offense, get your opponent guessing. This move is +25 on normal hit. As you can see here, you can follow up with H plus K, multiple options for bounds, extensions, launches, and all this stuff can actually lead into his break blow, as you can see here. So for this next segment guys, we're going to cover Rig's launchers and ground bounces and the various hit levels, so be sure to pause if you need to. So now we're going to break down Rig's fatal stuns. Rig has some of the best fatal stuns / sit down stuns in the game. And another unique feature about Rig is he can actually link multiple fatal stuns together, as seen here with S and 7P. And to be noted, you get Rig's max optimal launcher out of every fatal stun being 33k. So by doing this and immediately launching, instead of going for another stun, you're getting max launch height, regardless of whether or not you extend the stun after the fatal. So these fatals listed, being 6k, bending stance 6k, 7k, bending stance 7k, all these actually fatal if the opponent is crouching and gets counter hit. So whether they're doing a 2p or a 1p, those are the conditions needed to get the fatal on bending stance KK 6k as well. So in the next segment, I'm going to be putting together a small bread and butter combo video. I'm going to showcase some setups, stun pressure, mix-ups, everything in between, and have you be able to get a feel of what this character can do in a practical setting with some of these stages. Alright guys, so in this next segment we're going to be covering Rig's bending stance. And basically Rig's bending stance has no defensive options. He can't block in it, but he can actually cancel it. And it's utilized to apply maximum pressure in the opponent's face while utilizing skills like feints, frame advantage moves, mostly derived from highs. He also has a grab that leaves him +9 to loop the same situation, leaving him end bending again, forcing his opponent to play defensive, more or less guess, so to speak, on their defense. So as you can see here, he has multiple transitions that lead into bending stance, including KK, 4KK, 6P, 2KK. Most of these are mostly plus, like K and KK are +3 and +2 respectively, 4KK is +1, even +0 on 6P, 2KK, and the other variations of that same move. So just remember guys, you cannot block. It's almost like a double-edged sword. You're getting more offense but sacrificing defense in the same scenario, and your mix-up is greatly enhanced by utilizing this stance. So another important note to take of while in bending stance is he can actually transition into his turn light cut transition. It's that little spin you see. So it actually gives him more tracking options and tracking options that lead into guard breaks. So definitely something to utilize when applying pressure with Rig. So what initially drew me to Rig and play him as a character is I found he was so unique and interesting because of his large utilization in his kit of feints, which a feint is basically a fake out, fake move, something to get your opponent to flinch and play defensive in a way, and bait out reactions and exploit that to your advantage. So as you can see here on screen, his various feints listed in the top left. Threw in a little flair to, like, you know, little applicable, practical use, so to speak, especially with his feint into grabs, because your opponent will go to block the 6K and you're canceling into the grab and makes out to looping the same situation. Excellent trade in your favor, so be sure to utilize that in your pressure game, guys. Alright, now we're going to take a look at Rig's guard breaks, and I can tell you right now, Rig is blessed with a huge kit of guard breaks, some of the best in the game if you ask me. When it comes to it, he's a god. He can loop his guard breaks for what seems to be almost endless pressure when done correctly, and when at the high level you can actually see Rig players weaving in and out of multiple stances into these guard breaks. Right now you can see PKK, +8, tracking high. Now we got bending stance 4, H+K. This is super important. Tracks high, gives a reeling backswing stun when hit, a normal hit. And it's really good to use this on wake-up situations because you can crush the opponent's mid-wake-up kick, and since this move has jump properties, it'll jump over the low. Now we have 236K, Rig's dragon kick, so to speak. It's a long-range advancing high kick guard break. It leaves you in bending stance to start your pressure game, and it's +9 on block, making your opponent, if they want to swing, they're going to counter hit for days. And Rig's #1 guard break is, of course, it's his bending stance 7K. It gives you a free jab stun, as you can see now when you're pinning the opponent against his wall. That's why Rig is such a good rush down opponent. His best asset is getting a wall carry, getting the opponent to the wall, and looping his max damage mix-up games. So yeah, that's pretty much all I got for you to show how to play rig. All the fundamental strings, tools, pressure mix-up is in the video, so it's up to you guys to take it from there, make your own unique rig, so to speak. So first time doing one of these videos, guys, let me know how I can improve, all that good stuff. Be sure to like, subscribe, and if you want to see another character tutorial like this, let me know who it should be, and I'll get back to you. Thanks, guys.